All right. What's up, Instagram? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Thursday. It is time, okay? It is time to unleash the memes. It is time to unleash the memes. Very, very important topic, okay? And I did a podcast recently, okay? And I know when I have a home run podcast because I actually get my audience to do something, which is rare. Most of the time you guys just listen and you're like, yeah, that was a great episode, but I didn't actually take any action. I didn't do anything. And I'm like, okay, why do I do this? So I released let's see if we can get my fat head out of the way. Every time I get into the streaming software, they change it. It's really annoying. I released this episode, yesterday? On Monday. The algorithm doesn't care about your art. Let's fix that. Okay. Let's fix that. And the subtext of this particular episode was I've been ranting about this all year long. I don't get enough reach on Instagram. I don't get enough reach on Facebook. They changed the algorithm. They stacked it against me. Why am I not getting likes? Why am I not getting shares? Why am I not getting comments? I'm too old for social media. I can't possibly be doing this. There's got to be a better way to sell art. I just keep posting and posting and posting and nothing happens. What am I missing? And it doesn't matter if it's on Instagram, right? Instagram is the most important social network for artists and photographers. So it's the one I always talk about. But what I'm going to teach today applies to Instagram. It applies to Facebook. It applies to YouTube. It applies to TikTok, to Threads, to Blue Sky, to wherever you are, right? Look at the state of the Funyun here on Instagram. His comment is, Instagram has ruined this platform with their crummy policies. Yeah, potentially it's not as good as it once was, but the reality is you have to be contrarian about it. If any of you are outside right now, I struggle, or maybe you're in a doctor's office, or maybe you're on the subway, or wherever you are, look around at all the rest of the human beings around you. What are they all doing? Potentially even the ones that are driving. If I had to venture a guess, I would bet their face is dug into one of these things and they're just kind of doom scrolling, looking at things, doom scrolling, looking at things. We have to be contrarian as artists and photographers about where the attention is. And the attention is on this. And it has been for a long time. And unless your art and photography gets in here in an entertaining way, no one's going to follow you. No one's going to buy it. So we can't complain about these platforms not being as good as they once were, or crappy this, or crappy reach, or or the algorithm, it doesn't favor us. All of those are just nonsense excuses, right? We can't use them. And let me just say this too, as I tee this up. Now, State of the Funyun, you were right about that. You can no longer live stream unless you have 1,000, but that's motivation to get to 1,000. And I'm going to teach you how to do it in this episode. Okay. I'm going to teach you how to do it. Now, I should say, you guys are in a way better position than we are. Okay. You guys sell art, you sell photography, you sell creations. That is so much more interesting than my ugly face up here trying to be professorial and teach you how to market those things. Nobody wants to watch that type of content. And yet the art storefronts page has 275,000 followers or 255,000 followers, whatever we're at. How did we do that? Okay. How did we do that? So I knew I had to record an episode on the podcast, and that's what I did. And I think all of you guys should listen to it. And if you don't listen to podcasts, it's also on YouTube. How do I get this thing back on the stage? I swear every piece of software that exists on planet Earth today, they change it every single solitary time. They change it. Okay, that's better. So this was the episode, and it's on the Art Marketing Podcast. If you haven't seen this, I've got a podcast. It's called the Art Marketing Podcast. It's on all the platforms, which is a great place to go. And the episode is the algorithm doesn't care about your art. Let's fix that. And why I'm showing it to you on the screen share, everything that I talked about is in here. Okay. I've linked to all of these awesome resources and assets, which you are going to want to use the second you finish watching this. Okay. And so what I did is I saw this story because in one of the communities that we have as a business, there's been this group that started for artists that are seniors. Okay. And I posted this amazing news story in here. Okay. So this is the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. on 6th and Constitution Avenue. Okay. And they have a really, really incredible story. And I want everyone to see this. And if for some reason the audio is not working, leave me comments. But they've got a curator. Okay. And I think she's like 74, 75. And they've been posting and trying to get people to follow this thing, this, you're trying to, the museum, you guys are trying to sell art and photography. The museum is trying to sell people coming into the museum and actually looking at the art and being interesting, right? So someone on their social media team, a millennial or younger than a millennial, I don't even know what you call the youngest generation now, is like, hey, I've got a bold idea, okay? We are going to grab our curator and we are going to have her speak in a language she doesn't even know what she's saying, and we'll see how it goes, okay? And this was the original post that she did, which has since gone massively viral, okay? Such that now they're doing these things all the time because it's the highest viewed reel in the history of this museum. But let's just listen to this.
To bust it down Roman Empire style. Haters will say this urn is mid, but they don't know we plucked its tea. This goated red-purple stone out of a mountain in ancient Egypt. Then the Romans snatched it and turned it into a column. And then Renaissance artists leveled up and turned it into an urn. Punk is mewing. He's looking low-key chopped, but the line.
So you get it, right? She's using the language of the kiddos today. Maybe some of you guys watching are that young. And yeah, like they're absolutely killing it with this strategy. And so they keep going back and back to the well now. And the views that they're getting on this are absolutely insane.
In this bronze sculpture from the year 1610, the girlies are locked in for this wrestling match. That eye contact, high-key heated rivalry coded.
I mean, hearing her say these words, she doesn't even know what she's saying. And God bless this woman for memorizing this stuff, because this is so insanely hard to even enunciate, like all of these words that unless you're of that generation, you just don't even know how to do it. And you look at the comments, who the hell came up with this? Amazing. We must protect her at all costs. Never let this series die, right? People are just loving it. What's happening is a whole generation of people that did not care about going to that museum in the slightest are now interested in that museum, okay? And that is a 76 or 75-year-old woman. I mean, she's being helped to walk up to the dais, walk up to the podium to even do that, okay? And I refuse to accept this notion that you guys can't do this too, okay? And what do I mean by this? I don't mean you have to talk like a millennial or whatever the Gen Z, Gen Y, whatever the generations are. I've never been very good with those. But you can absolutely make your damn social media more entertaining, okay? It cannot be just about your art all the time, all right? The analogy, and again, if you want to listen to the podcast, I go into all of this in depth, and I hope you do listen to the podcast, but I want to rant about it and give you these resources just in case that's not you. The analogy is your Instagram feed, if it's not growing, if you're not getting engagement, if you're not getting likes, if you're not getting comments, if you're not getting people hitting your contact form, if your follower count is not growing, I know that you're just posting your art and almost nothing else, okay? That ain't going to cut it in today's day and age. There is a reason that people go to social media, and the reason that they go to social media is to be entertained, okay? If your art creative business is a television channel, you selling your art are the commercials. Do you know anybody that just watches commercials unless it's Super Bowl? No. The commercials, no. You have to have programming such that people will watch the commercials. So what is your programming going to be? Is it something that's shareable? Is it something entertaining? Because just your art, just your photography, no matter how good it is not enough. If you're not growing on Instagram or Facebook, it is because you are just sharing your art, or Blue Sky or Twitter, any of them, okay? You can't just show your art all the time, all right? So enter in this notion of memes, okay? Many of you guys know what a meme is. We've all seen them. We see them all day on social media, everywhere. They're just insanely effective. And I'm going to show some in a second, okay? They are just insanely effective for these social media platforms to entertain us, to be shareable, to be interesting, okay, to be the programming that will entertain people such that you can show the commercials, which is your art, right? I want to give you some resources on this because this is really important. Every single solitary one of you can start posting memes. Every single solitary one of you has unique insights into your world and what you find funny and your audience, and people will resonate with it if you just start doing this. Okay. I promise you it works. It's just effective communication. So let me get off of her channel. Okay. I want to show you an example of a meme that is absolutely killing it now. This website, Know Your Meme. Okay, if you're like, I need to learn more about memes, I need to understand memes, just go browse this site. I know it's got advertising on it, which is terrible, but I want to show you a meme that is exploding right now. Okay, and it's this notion of a while back, Zelensky and Trump and Marco Rubio and whatever in the White House, and they get this photo of Marco Rubio sitting on the couch, and he's like slinking into the couch, going, "Oh God, what am I doing here? What, get me out of here! What is this guy saying?" You know, and this has been turned into a meme, and it is absolutely exploding. Okay, and everyone is exploiting it. And don't worry about the politics, whether you hate this administration or you love it. It doesn't matter. That part's irrelevant. Memes are just incredible because of the way that they are spread, the way they entertain people, how effective they are at communication in today's day and age, right? And so the joke is, here's Marco Rubio not wanting to get another job, and Marco Rubio keeps getting another job, right? Like they fired the one guy, and now he's like Secretary of State and Secretary of Defense or something else. He already has 2 jobs, right? So it's like, oh, we're going to take over Venezuela. Marco Rubio is now the president of Venezuela, right? Then it was like, you know, he's the president of this guy. Oh, we don't like the Pope anymore. Now he's the president of the Pope. Oh, okay, now we're going to turn him into a Roman. Now, anytime that like a sports team is doing terrible, they're like, okay, we're going to have to hire Marco Rubio, right? The attorney general got fired today already. I saw memes online where he was like the attorney general, right? So they just keep doing this and doing this and doing this. And I'm showing you this to say that this nonsense, it seems like nonsense. It is just communication that works in today's day and age. And you guys can 100% do it. Okay. There is this website called Meme Generator. And I just want to show this to everybody. Go to my podcast, The Algorithm Doesn't Care, and the links for absolutely all of this stuff are here. Okay. Every single solitary one of them. Every single solitary one of them. Okay. So I want to show you, I want to go back to this. There's a website called Meme Generator. It is totally free. Okay. I'm going to refresh. Hopefully you guys can see this. Oh, yes. Refresh, please. You know, it's got all of the hot memes in here that you see all over the internet all the time, right? It's already got all of the images saved up. So all you need to do is come in and pick one, you know, plan A. I should just do A. Let's just do this. A, post more art. No eyeballs. B, post memes, all the eyeballs. Right? Which do you pick, or whatever they use for this particular one? You can make these things in 2 seconds. You can hit generate meme and you've got them. Okay. You can download them. You can post them on your socials. You can put your unique perspectives in there. And they literally have every one that you see all of the time. You don't need to be a specialist. You don't need any special software. Any of you guys could do this literally in 2 seconds. Okay. There's another site in here. It says turn text into memes with our AI meme generator, right? And this one uses AI. They've got a free plan. They've got a paid plan that'll just put a little watermark on here, and you can just enter in a prompt, generate a free meme, and get it going and posting it on your socials. If you guys would just start doing this, okay, and instead of just posting art like you all do, and you started posting some funny, memorable, interesting content in your voice with your unique perspective and this language of memes that just works on the internet, I guarantee you are going to get more engagement, more likes, more comments, and more shares. Which brings me to my next point. How effective your account is on social media comes down to how much engagement you get at a macro. Okay. If you get no engagement, That is essentially telling Instagram, show this person's content to absolutely no one. Ignore them, which is where so many artists get hung up and so many artists and photographers get stuck. Okay. And the reason that that's happening is not because your work is not good, not because there's not buyers on the platform that would appreciate your work and eventually purchase your work. It's just that that's all you post. You don't give us anything entertaining. Okay. And the way that reach works on a social media platform, doesn't matter if it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Blue Sky, Mastodon, I don't care which one you're on. The way that all of their algorithms work is it's essentially a battery. Okay, I wish I had a battery. I should have had a battery. Let's just say this is the battery. You have to have a battery. Okay, and how much engagement you get on the social media platforms charges up your battery. Okay, when you share funny, entertaining, shareable, has nothing to do, personal stuff. Okay, that charges up your battery. When you post your art, that is going to drain the battery a little bit. And that's okay. That's part of the balanced strategy. The problem is for most creatives, why their accounts are not growing is because you're not posting anything fun or lighthearted or shareable or things that don't have anything to do with your art. You've got to charge up the battery. Okay. And it's simple. Any of you guys can do this. Just start sharing some stuff that's entertaining that has nothing to do with your art. These are the rules of social media. All of you guys can do this. All of you can follow it. I want to show you something interesting. I got to go back to, yeah, this is a really, really interesting case study. Let me make this full screen so you can see it. Why is that not working? Let me see if I can get it here. So you could potentially argue, okay, that most of you guys are sharing, let's just say, what are you sharing? Are you sharing 90% art and 1% personal stuff, funny stuff, entertaining stuff? Or is it even worse than that? There we go, Bark. I think this is it. Is this it, Bark Box? Yeah, this is it. Okay, I got it. Hold on. I just want to give you an example, okay, of a site that is totally interesting. Okay, so this is Bark. I thought it was Bark Box. Yeah, it is Bark Box. Okay, so this is Bark Box. Okay, this is a company that I think sells. Am I not sharing it? Let me get it up on the screen. Hold on. Complicated businesses. Okay, this is an example of a company that sells $55 million a year of their product, and they don't post anything to do with it on social media at all. They just post memes. They just post memes all day long. Their dogs doing funny things, their regular images of dogs doing funny things, their interviews with celebrities, there's who's the guest, another meme, oh, a funny one of the dog laughing or daydreaming, this guy looking at the dog, another dog doing a funny thing, okay, a dog running around. None of it even has anything to do with their product, okay? And yet they have 2 million followers, okay? 2 million followers, and they don't even post anything about their product. There's no photo of their product. There's no buy now. There's no this is for sale for $99. It's just funny things. Me, the second Thanksgiving ended, right? It's just funny. Ha ha ha. This is great. All they do is post shareable content. So you see it in the timeline and people go, who is Bark? What is this Bark Box? I don't understand. The only thing that even indicates that they have a product for sale, you guys, is makers of Bark Box and Bark Air, new show in a link tree, right? And their link tree, I'm sure, goes to where their actual store is and what they're actually selling. But that's it. They don't even post anything even remotely related, okay, to the product that they sell, because they understand social media. They understand that if they entertain people and people share their content and it's really interesting, then everyone's going to hear about their company and they'll figure it out. That's it. They understand social media. They've cracked social media. You guys can do this. You can do this starting today. Okay. Just go to my podcast. The algorithm doesn't care about your art. Let's fix that. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on all the things. Here are all the links of all the things that I shared on that podcast. very, very easy to track any and all of this down, okay, these links, and start making some memes and start making some things that are entertaining, okay? If you do that, you are going to charge up your battery, okay? And your posts are going to start being seen by a lot more people. So that is my rant for today. Start memeing. It's a weird word to say, but you guys can all do it. You're some of the most creative people on the planet. Thanks for listening, everybody, and have a great rest of your day.